Hello and welcome to another episode of the Youth Show. Today we have a very interesting topic. It's one of the most discussed topics in the past couple of days. Today we are going to talk about visa and immigration, especially for students and working professionals. So for more details, watch our full video. Professor Alex, a lot of our viewers are nowadays concerned due to the constant changing of rules related to visa, immigration, etc. So what career program should they choose to settle for the long term in a foreign country?
It is true that nowadays almost regularly we are seeing in various countries, not only Canada, we are seeing in US, we are seeing in UK, the visas are getting difficult and less number of visas are allocated. This is because there has been a period where excessive amount of visas have been given, and this has caused local resentment amongst these various countries like UK, Canada, USA, all these, Australia. So all of these countries, their local politicians, to appease their local citizens and voters, they have reduced the number of visas they are giving out to students as well as to working professionals. Number one. Number two is they have made it, they have increased the visa expenses, they have made it more costly to get those visas, right? So the question is, first of all, for students, what should they study? And secondly, for professionals, what is the way forward? Now for students, I always, when even I applied, I had a plan A, plan B and plan C. So if somebody is thinking of going to Canada, maybe have Canada as a plan A and maybe have a country like Germany as plan B, and plan C maybe Austria or France or Australia can be plan C. So have three: plan A, plan B and plan C. If USA is your plan B or plan A, maybe have USA as plan A and then have plan B as Canada and plan C as maybe Germany, right? So have a mix of countries. Maybe plan C can be a country that is relatively safe, like maybe UAE or Singapore, right? That doesn't have very high visa rejection rate, or but at the same time they have quality education. That's for the students. Now for the professionals, I would say if any country, let's say if Canada has reduced the work visas, USA has made the work visas, put $100,000 as the H1B fees for new petitions. Not existing H1B holders are not affected, but for new petitions. So it is highly likely that unless somebody is quite senior, the companies will not sponsor. So in those cases, my advice to all the young professionals is that target some other country, or maybe even target coming back to India in Bangalore, in Pune, in Bombay. They are booming. Actually, the startups are booming. Actually, the big companies are paying good amount of money relative to the cost of living, right? So that's of course that's a very good option, and actually the government of India is promoting that option. But I understand that many people want to have experience abroad or settle abroad. That's fine. So for them, they should try countries like UAE, countries like Singapore, maybe Australia, maybe nowadays even Japan is inviting, right? Finland is inviting, then Austria is there, Germany is there. So there also I think this plan A, plan B, plan C option can be taken, and Europe is quite inviting. Of course, one has to learn the language, local language, but that can be done within a couple of months, right? There are software, there are classes that can be done. That's not such a big hassle. So overall, I would say that the companies now they are changing their strategies. So now they are going to have more GCCs, which is the global capability centers, and offshoring and nearshoring. Like nearshoring means, like for US the nearshoring would be Canada. Offshoring means maybe instead of taking people to work in USA, US companies will give the work to their Indian offices, and Indian offices would hire over here, right? So I think entrepreneurs are very clever, and they will definitely figure out a way. These companies have lot of intelligent people, but the most common solution that experts are talking about are, of course, offshoring, nearshoring and the GCCs. So, but again, those might be subject to tariffs, but as of now there is no tariffs on the tech counterparts, so they can do it. Even if there are tariffs, all the big US companies have GCCs here in India, so they can do the work in the GCCs and use the Indian income to pay off the Indian salary. Like for example, Google has one of the biggest markets in India, so they can do even work that is used globally, like even in US, and develop it in India and pay the salaries from the Indian income. Same thing with Microsoft, same thing with Amazon, same thing with I would say all the big companies like Lexmark. So I think the big companies are not so much worried, but again the smaller startups, they are the one that are more worried. But I see even startup founders, entrepreneurs are very intelligent. They'll find out a way to get their work done in different countries, and sometimes they do it as a club where they do 20% work in US, 20% in UK, 30% in Canada, 30% in India. Like that, they there's a team sitting in different places in the world. And for even startups, there is companies like WeWork and Regus, which just very quickly one can open a office in a new country or a new city, and they can have a very international team. So for startups even this is happening. So I don't think true talent will have any problems. But of course the mediocre ones will have, but those who are very good in AI, data science, IoT and all the latest emerging technologies, they will not have any problem. But yes, maybe they might have a dream that I will settle in US or I'll settle in Canada. That dream maybe have to change a bit, that okay, I'll settle in maybe plan A or plan B or plan C. So that is the change I see at this moment. And those who are quite not that meritorious, they may need to kind of have more years of experience before trying to apply for abroad, right, for jobs abroad. But overall I don't see a lot of disruption. I see more opportunities for India, because India has the largest youth force in the world, the largest number of working people in the world. So there are Western countries are aging, the population is aging, so they need young people to work and support the economy, right? They need people to churn out all the factory produced output and all the software and all the hardware. So for that you need the youth power. So I think India is in a very good position to deliver those, and not only India, even Mexico and Vietnam and Thailand, all these countries are in a very good position, and China also is in a very good position to deliver in the next few decades.
Thank you, sir. Thousands and millions of aspirants are there who think of settling abroad, so this will definitely help them.
Yeah, I think all the visa restrictions in few countries are happening, but new countries are opening up. So there is a requirement for talent. Talent will not go waste. Talent will not, if it is country A or country B or country C, but talent will definitely find a way to settle and grab the opportunities.
Definitely. Thank you so much, sir.
And if you know somebody who is trying to settle abroad either for studies or for a job, don't forget to share this video and like and subscribe so that you keep on getting such content that is helpful for your career. Thanks for watching.